Hello friends, and welcome back to this week's Halloween YouTube video on my channel. I'm not even sure what I'm calling this yet, but I did see this picture on Pinterest, or on, I guess, Sigma Beauty's Instagram page, and it's this, if I can focus it, yeah, this beautiful look. And I wanted to recreate it and do one of my own. So obviously I didn't do the nose or anything like that, but I think this is super pretty. I love this really masquerade type Halloween skull action that we have going on here. If you want to see how I created this video or created this look, just keep on watching and I will show you. Alright guys, what is up? I feel like it's been a little bit when it really hasn't. I filmed last week, but I'm excited to film this video for y'all today. So as y'all could tell in the previous shot, we are going to be doing this masquerade type skull look. So we kind of went from a really cutesy look last week to a little bit something extra this week with the skull teeth and the masquerade mask. So let's just go ahead and jump into the look. So I think I've already primed I've already moisturized and primed my skin. I got an amazing facial yesterday and my skin is feeling so lovely. But I am just gonna go ahead and start with foundation. I clearly already have my brows done, so I'm gonna start with my base first, and then I think I'm going to I'll probably do concealer and powder underneath my eyes, basically just your base, and then I'm going to go ahead and just start with, I'm just kind of thinking out loud. I'm going to start my base, I'll finish my eyes, and then I'll go ahead and start the teeth, and then I can finish up with some contouring and different things like that. So this is going to be kind of similar to last week's video in the sense that I'm going to talk and show you what I'm using, but I'm not going to do anything like too in-depth. I will have everything listed down below, so if I forget to mention a product that I used or something like that, you can find it down there with the link of where I got it. And I think that is it, so let's go ahead and jump into this video finally. For foundation today, I'm going to be using the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. I am in the shade Warm Beige, and I'm just going to take one pump of that on the fat end of my beauty blender and just start pouncing that on my face. Y'all have seen this so many times and y'all know how to do it, so I'm just going to skip right through it. So next for concealer, I am going to be using the Make It Forever Full Cover Concealer. This is number 5, I'm pretty sure. This is a really full coverage concealer that I like a lot. I'm just going to put a little bit on the tip of my beauty blender and just start blending that out on either eye. Then whatever's left, I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead and on my chin just to kind of brighten it up, but just a little bit. I'm really not trying to focus too much on the forehead or the chin just because we will be covering that up, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, and last step for the face for right now, I'm just going to set my under eye area, and I'm going to set it with this Bare Minerals Mineral Veil powder. I recently found this in my collection and I remember like absolutely loving this and it keeping me matte all day, so I'm like kind of trying it out again. So I'm just going to tap that underneath my eye area. It just keeps it nice and bright and matte and lovely all day long. Then I'm also just going to set lightly wherever we put that concealer, just so it's not creasing up or giving us a hard time or anything. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the eyes, and the eyes are going to be so simple. Literally just going to be using one shade of eyeshadow just to kind of define them a little bit, and this is the Galactic Beauty Shadow in the shade Skin. So it looks like this, and we're just going to put this right in the crease. Just using a blending brush. This is the Morphe M200, and just kind of working that in the crease and up a little bit higher than the crease, just kind of no rhyme or reason. Honestly, this is just gonna kind of give us a little bit of definition to our eye. We're not doing anything crazy. We are gonna add some lashes, but this will just kind of look really pretty and natural, like a natural type of beauty. So whatever's left on the brush, I'm just gonna pull it down and kind of smoke it out underneath there and wing it out, and just go back and forth doing that same motion. So after that shadow, I just went ahead and added just a little bit of pop to my brow bone in the inner corner, just a little bit, with the Sonia Kashuk Bed of Roses eye quad, and just used this shade right here. All right, so moving on, I'm just gonna pop on some lashes really quick and I will be right back. All right, lashes are on. I will link the style that I used down below. And I think we are, well, let me add some mascara to the bottom and then we can move on to the fun part. So really just a nice, soft, easy, natural glam on the eyes. We are ready to move on to the teeth. So what I'm going to do first is just take a tiny bit of foundation on my sponge and just go over my lips. I just want to cancel all of that out. Just making it the same color as everything else. Now we are going to start drawing out the skull teeth. So I'm not really going to be able to talk through this. This is when I wish I had voiceover right now. But I'm just going to take my gel liner. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio in the shade Black is Black. And just a tiny detailed brush. And I'm going to start drawing out my teeth and kind of placing everything where I want it. If this is too dark and too hard to maneuver, I might change to a shadow or something like that, but we'll see how this works. So this looks funny right now. I just drew a line from the corner of my mouth outward, so kind of towards my contour line or right underneath my cheekbone. This is gonna be my outline for where my teeth are gonna go, and this does not have to be super precise right now at all. We're gonna kind of go in, and it kind of looks a little bit better if it's a little bit more messy. It kind of looks more decayed and everything like that. So we are ready to start the teeth. So I learned this from a couple channels that whenever you are drawing skull teeth, you kind of want to make it look like a Hershey kiss in a way. So I'm just going to start drawing Hershey kisses all over the top and bottom of my mouth, and that will act as the skull teeth. So here we go. Alright, so now that we have the very messy outline of what the teeth are going to look like, I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow palette and a dark brown color and start shading in the outside of the teeth, so like in between where the teeth are going to go. the start of the shading of the teeth. So now I'm going to go into my Krylon palette right here, this white shade. It's just a water activated paint. My water right here, and we are just going to start shading the teeth with white. Alright, so now that we have the basic shape of what our teeth are going to look like, I'm going to go in with my Morphe Brushes palette, and I'm going to take this skin tone color right here, just with a blending brush. It does not matter what brush. And I'm just going to take that color and then just lightly start blending out the edges, just to make everything look a little bit more blended, but also like decayed a little bit. So just around the black parts. I'm just going to take it and kind of bring it up a little bit. This will just kind of make everything a little bit softer. And now just with that same brush, but a little bit of black, I'm just going to go ahead and shade a little bit of the teeth. This will just make it look grosser and more decayed. I'm just going to take a little bit of black, kind of extend that line a little bit, just to make everything look a little bit grosser. Alright, so we're going to take a break from the teeth for a little bit. I'm going to kind of see how I like it after I finish the eyes and everything, but I think it's turning out pretty good so far. So for the next part, it's going to be all about that Masquerade mask that we're going to be drawing on. So I'm just going to look up what I want to do really quick. So for this, I'm just going to do a liquid liner, and we'll see if this works. Hopefully I don't mess it up. Alright guys, the Masquerade mask is on. I really like how this turned out. The only last thing that we are going to do is add a little bit of bronzer to my forehead, just to kind of warm things up just a little bit. So I'm just going to take my Profusion bronzer and this flat Morphe M105 brush, and just take my brush and just lightly start bronzing the outer corner of my forehead, just to kind of give my face a little bit of life, even though we're dead. I don't know. Just so everything doesn't look so flat. And alright guys, there you have it. This took a really long time to film, but I'm really actually super happy with how it turned out. I'm really not even sure what this is, but I saw a picture similar to this and I really wanted to try to recreate it. So I'm going to zoom you guys out. This is the final creation. It's a really pretty soft glam skull masquerade look. I really love how it turned out, honestly. Just a little bit more amped up, more Halloween than last, well, I don't know. They're both Halloween videos, just different. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you come back next week to see what I come up with then, and I will, excuse me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.